Yeah, how's things, guys?
Yeah, man. So
Nice.
we took your advice, what you told us. I don't know if you remember in the last
Yeah.
meeting, but you were basically saying to us, we need to start implementing client relationship building.
Sure.
So just as a refresher, like we work with cybersecurity companies
Cybersecurity
primarily,
companies. It's a
as
small
well as
market.
B2B SaaS, small market, big sales cycles, and it's a very securing one client is like
A headache.
5K average deal value per month.
Yeah.
But these are also super technical guys. So we've implemented that strategy and we've started using LinkedIn because we weren't using it before. And we got like one sales call from it, but we want you to kind of audit it and see how we can improve it because
It's
we're
not
trying to
working.
start conversation with people. It's still early days, but it's not working so far. We're trying to start conversation with people and we want to know how can we speed up this process so
Sure.
that we're not just asked, because we don't want to have conversation just for sake of having a conversation.
Of course.
You know what I mean? We want to make it progressive.
Yeah,
So
perfect.
we've made like a whole Google Doc strategy. I can share that with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe you can let us know like what you would
to-
do differently.
Yeah, is it possible to also just look at your LinkedIn profile or the profile that you're using for the outreach as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's three of us. There's me,
Cool.
Kurt, and then we've also hired a guy called Tim in Sweden. So we've also, I guess, going after the market. So I'll place you our profiles.
So three
if you can put
profiles.
yours in there as well.
Cool. Let's have a look. Give me a second. Right, I'm just gonna run through. If you let me share my screen, I'll just talk through some of my initial comments. Cool. All right, great. So just from a profile perspective, just tidy it up to begin with. I would say that put a cover image that has some kind of call to action. I'll show you a LinkedIn account that Ali on our team, she booked 4 appointments yesterday with LinkedIn in one day. Now, Ali Moyes, here we go. So you'll notice differentials here, first of all. So the background to make her image pop a bit more. The image could be better, don't get me wrong, the call to action in there. So just execute these things to begin with. So stop all outreach until you've done those pieces. Crop so that your face and the fact that you're smiling comes in a lot more. The honest reality is that Ali's also white, female, and pretty. So my account doesn't perform half as well as her account when we do LinkedIn outreach. There's just a reality to that versus other accounts. But discounting that, I would say that those things will help you in general anyway. There's another guy that we follow that I've looked at some, I forget his name. Give me a second. Mateus, LinkedIn agency. Let's just see if it comes up. Mateus. No. I'll pop open my WhatsApp and find it. But yeah, specifically, I would change those things. I think that you want to put your call to action in here. You can use the section here to actually add a call to action. So you can put, instead of she's using the pronouns, but you can actually use it to put in like lead gen expert or whatever you want to do. Like I put lead gen expert. It's very easy to become a top search engine marketing voice or community top voice. There's a way to do that on LinkedIn to increase your authority. And then also you want to add now let me just go to the Josiah, and then it's in here. This is a program that we signed up for. I'll introduce you to the guy, but actually there's something else that we found. So there's other stuff that we share in here that isn't related. I'm trying to find here we go. Perfect. It's this guy that has quite good content on LinkedIn that I'd recommend watching. But his profile is leads and sales expert. So and there's some things that he hasn't done that I would do, but I would add that. You can add that. You can verify your profile, have one call to action going to an elevator page, click it. So he has basically a VSL and one sales page that he uses. So that's something there. So yeah, I think some of these things are known to you. I would say out of the gate that going through profile optimization and spending a real day diligently working on it, exploring the total features that exist within LinkedIn, is going to be bucket number one. I would say that do that first. And it was me naively assuming that had happened prior to you executing outreach, if that makes sense, but it hasn't, and that's okay. So I would say that would be phase one, if that makes sense. And some of those comments that I've given you carry across to every account that you're working on, and I'll share with you that guy's account. I'll share with you Ali's account, and that would be where I would start, if that makes sense, as a means of then seeing what that does to your conversations.
Okay.
So let's then. Do you have any questions about that before I move on to, so that's profile optimization, let's say, and then that going to whatever your deemed VSL is, where you have your great offer for your no-brainer offer for your potential clients, which is cybersecurity guys. If that's like the niche, or maybe you're splitting it per niche, per profile, but having, one call to action and profile. I honestly, on my profile, don't follow a lot of this stuff, but the reality is it's not a core part of what I do. Like, when it becomes a core part, then I'll do it, but that's why I don't do it. But Ali does it because it's her core part of her role. So cool. Any questions on profile optimization before we move on to the next bucket?
No, that makes sense.
No,
makes sense.
Yep, no.
Okay, fine, cool,
Makes
great.
sense.
So moving on to bucket number 2, there's a tool that you can use to really supercharge engagement, and that will drive people back to your profile. So I don't know why it's redirecting me to the logins, but if you go to Power In, I would definitely pay for it. It's automated comments for LinkedIn, and 200 prospects a day with 200. It can message up to, it can comment on people's LinkedIn post, 200 people a day. It's really, really good. We use it. It's effective. It drives a lot of engagement back to our profiles. It's like $19, $30, $40 a month. Ali uses this and it works like gangbusters to get people coming back to her profile. Comment automatically on LinkedIn posts that contain specific keywords. Comment 50 times a day, 150 comments a day, whatever. So that's kind of bucket number 2 that will help you with your actual driving people back to your profile as you do outreach. Any questions about
you can make it comment on like specific type of people.
Correct.
Like people in security.
I think so I don't use it directly, but I know that Ali uses it, and she says it drives a lot of people back to her profile. And I know that you can focus based on things that people are saying on LinkedIn. So I don't know. Let's quickly have a look. And it's a one pager, isn't it? Then okay, fine. It's not different. Not sure. You need to investigate. Connect your account. Yeah, cool. So that's just something else too. It has a 5-day free trial. So once your profile's all set up and stuff, I just sign up for the 5-day trial and see what kind of result that you get. So that's just point number 2. Point number 3 is this guy. If you look at his status updates, I haven't looked at your status updates, but I'm going to assume you're not consistently doing it. So it's useful to have a look at his engagement, by the way. It's really good. But he uses images and or native LinkedIn videos, but he uses very basic images. But I mean, it works well, obviously. 372 comments, 136 comments. So he does post. I'm not saying you need to start creating long form videos, but I am saying that posting consistently on LinkedIn is going to be useful. So that's just the other thing. Obviously there's a style, there's stuff you I think you know of in terms of LinkedIn style copywriting. So it's just a case of building that into your funnel. It's one day, it's maybe 4 hard hours, put together 16 posts, 3 a week, and you've already got, 12 is a month basically. So 12 posts each, and then you've got a month's worth of content going out 3 times a week, and then post of course natively, and then make sure you've got an image added to it. So that's just that part there. So that's stuff to do from a profile perspective. Then let me just jump into my LinkedIn Sales Navigator. It is useful when you are doing outreach to also ensure, I don't know, a lot of people miss it out, but I just want to quickly, not that lead filter, sorry. I want to quickly sense check. You are using this as a filter, right? When you run searches, posted on LinkedIn.
I use it sometimes I don't use it. I kind of play around with it.
So when you do your automation, only target people that are posted on LinkedIn, because it will increase your connection acceptance rate, because those people are active on LinkedIn.
Active, yeah.
Yeah. So that plus potentially change jobs because it tends to mean they're active. But typically, if your pool's big enough, I just focus on people that post on LinkedIn. Okay, cool.
Are you still using like automation tools for connecting with people?
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I don't, but all of the team are using it, and LinkedIn is beginning to. So as a platform, LinkedIn is beginning to overtake the value that we get from Google. And from Google, we generate 30 to 40 leads a day, but we're getting better quality appointments on LinkedIn. So now we're really beginning to not shift, but expand, let's say, into LinkedIn. So we've got maybe 10, 20 people running campaigns on LinkedIn and seeing that. So that's just something else. This opener will probably sit on my profile. Ali's managing my profile at the moment, so I'm not actually using it, but here we go. Hey Matthew, are you taking on new clients? Hey Matthew, so you can see that, are you taking on new clients? That tends to work quite well as an opener, because that, it'll get a yes or no response, and people that are that say yes, of course, are more likely to do something with it. So that's just quite a decent opener. I'll give you a second in case you want to quickly screenshot that, but that's something we got from a program. So feel free to, if you want to grab a screen grab, you can take it. So that's case study, very simple case study. Obviously, that's the step 1, step 2, step 3. So that's it basically. It's pretty straightforward. You'll also just okay, all right. I don't know what happened there. I think that you can also add your services to LinkedIn. I don't know if you are, but you can request services from individuals. So people can request services from me. So I need to set up my services page properly, but it's really worth putting together. People can do this now. So set up your service page is a really great feature that LinkedIn have introduced. So it's like a freelancing platform to that degree now. So people can request services. So that's that part there. So I could just stop there, to be honest with you. There's probably a lot for you to action. Questions, comments, feedback.
What do you think, Kat?
No, you're making a lot of good points, man. Like, really, really good action plans. Yeah.
I'd say pause outreach for 48 hours. We can look at your messaging, but I don't want to put the cart before the horse. I think you just need to fix your profiles first. Set up your posts, as in your LinkedIn posts, in a Google Doc, so we can have a look at that. And what we're talking about now is probably 2 days work. It's not a lot. And these are all pretty much one-time things. That once they're done, you can then start to put messaging on top of it. But I think probably what's happened is that you've been heavy on messaging first, but not sorted out those pieces.
Yeah. I used to have like the whole banner thing. I used to have the title in my name. I would have the lead gen person or whatever. And then I thought, let me experiment with just having it something a bit more simpler. But no, good points raised. Yeah. I guess we've been focused more on the messaging side as opposed to the profile side. So we kind of neglected the fundamentals, to be honest with you.
That's okay. I think that it makes sense why you focused on the messaging side, but I would say that it's just better right now to continue. You can continue with the obviously the messages that you're already, or rather the conversation. You continue with the conversations you're having, but pause new ones. Just pause your automation or whatever you're doing, and then also just focus on profiles. But also, once you start posting status updates, but before you do that, remove irrelevant people from your network. You've probably got a lot of irrelevant people, and because of that, your status updates won't get seen by the right people. So, for example, I'm going through a cull where we're removing 100 people a day from my profile who are students looking for work. Like basically anyone who isn't a senior person within an organization or a founder, anyone who isn't that, I'm going to remove from my following. So I expect my following to go down from 27,000 to maybe 10,000. Will go down significantly, but that will help me connect with the right people, because I've got a lot of the wrong people
makes sense.
My stuff.
How often do you recommend on the content side of things posting on LinkedIn?
3 times a week, I think, is okay, until you see that you're getting more engagement and as you get more engagement, you'll probably naturally post more.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
Any other questions, gents, in terms of things that you want to ask that we've not covered? I'm happy to kind of discuss. If there isn't, it's cool. But just to double check.
No, not on the profile front. Go ahead.
Not on the profile front. Yeah, that's pretty much straightforward. In terms of the partnership, we should want to speak about that.
Did you say partnership? Sorry.
Yeah, partnerships. Yeah.
What do you mean? Sorry, can you elaborate just so I understand?
All right, so basically, right, we want to set up partnerships with people who are within our industry, and we have like 1 or 2 contacts that are really, really good that could be referral partners. So we wanted to know how we should go about it.
Okay.
Like, how can we
to give you context,